Hi everybody, thanks for watching Dance Ballet Acro. I'm back. You guys really liked the last video I made about flexibility foods. I do contortion acrobatics, circus, all kinds of things like that, and I also do ballet. And it's really important to me to keep my body at a high level of performance on a day-to-day basis so that not only I can perform safely, but I can perform efficiently and effectively and for a really long time throughout my life. So not only am I hoping to reach people that really also need to be on the same type of performance level, but I also hope to save lives. This is my video on foods that will absolutely destroy your flexibility over time if you continue to eat them. And I'm not just talking about adults, I'm talking about even children. I have coached children, I have seen children that have lost their flexibility, and I have known the diets that the children eat. I have seen parents give their children these types of foods after school, and I have seen their children struggle with behavioral issues, anger issues, issues where they can't focus on anything because they're distracted or they have ADD or ADHD. We're feeding our pets foods that have no wheat in it, no soy in it, foods that don't have dyes in it. And it's interesting because if we are trying to protect the youngest in our generation, like the babies, if we're trying to protect the pregnant women, the senior citizens, even our pets, why are we not asking questions about what we are eating on a daily basis? In no particular order, so just bear with me. This is the list of things that I've compiled that I would personally never eat, or if I eat it, it would be like maybe once a year because I super love it, like gummy bears. I really like them. Yes, they have healthy ones out there. They're really like that. Okay, we're just going to get started. A lot of people think that health bars are healthy. You can look at any type of, it could be a breakfast bar, it could be a, any type of like quick to go package thing. So I'm going to show you on the back of this, it has some things in here that raise a concern for me. First of all, these bars are very small, and you can see there's 140 calories in this bar, okay? That's kind of a lot, all right? We have quite a bit of sodium in this bar, 90 for just a teeny little bar. They're pretty much about the size that it shows on the package. And we also see here that it has 8 grams of sugar in just a tiny little bar. It also has some other things I'm going to point out to you. It has soy in it. Soy has been connected to problems with women, like their estrogen levels will be a little too high. And it has also been linked to breast cancer before. Okay, I'm not sure if it is proven, but in a lot of cases, doctors have said that, okay? We're also going to zoom in here a little bit more. It also has corn syrup and canola oil. Now, both of these things are made when they heat up the oil or the whatever they're trying to get down to that texture. They heat it up to a really high temperature so that actually in your body what happens is it will kind of like harden, okay? And it becomes really difficult to digest that. So that's obviously not good. We don't want a difficult time digesting things in our body because if it's in there for a long time, it's not going to, it's going to probably be more likely to be stored as fat. We all are born with a number of fat cells, and I think they said like by the time you're 20, the number that you've stored up that far will be the number that you always have. Now, they can shrink or they can blow up, but you can also multiply the number of fat cells that you have in your body after 20. So you can have a whole lot, but they can shrink down. But maybe that's why you see a lot of, larger people who have even undergone surgery where their body is still maybe a little saggy. I don't know. That's my opinion. You might want to look that up, but it's an interesting note. Okay, moving on. Another thing that people eat is a lot of starchy foods. They might think, oh, it's fine. Now, starches, I don't recommend eating a lot of starches if you are trying to be flexible, and it's a lot of that white starch that's not going to sit well with you. See what else we have on here. This one looks not too bad. but it also has wheat. And another thing with wheat is wheat has a lot of sugar in it. And sugar is an inflammatory. It makes your body tight. It makes your body stiff. It makes your body sometimes even painful for your muscles and for your joints. I personally am gluten-free, and I did that back in 2013 to help me with contortion. It was a night and day improvement. And things that were really hard for me to do warming up wise is now I can do it at any point and not be sore now. And it's pretty cool. So gluten-free, I'm just going to throw it out there. If you're having trouble with mobility and you want that changed, go gluten-free. It will make a huge difference for you. Okay? That said, I'm going to skip over to this side. Just because you're gluten-free doesn't mean that everything that you eat is going to benefit your flexibility. For example, I just ate this last night, and I love eating gluten-free box food, but I do it very sparingly because it doesn't make me feel so good after I'm done eating it all the time. We have, you see, over 610 milligrams of sodium, so that's kind of on the high end, all right? We have a little bit of sugar in here. My rule of thumb is I don't really like to eat any sugar in my food, okay? If I want to put a type of sugar flavor in, I use something that comes from a leaf. It's called pure stevia raw extract. And I can show you that in a different video. But my problem with this is the amount of sugar in it. And I feel like that's the problem. I'm not really a calorie counter. I don't feel like calories are a big deal. I feel like the bigger thing that I look at personally is sugar and ingredients that could potentially have something harmful or synthetic in it. Again, I'm going to show you this. I used to eat this a lot, being gluten-free, because these are rice noodles. I got them from the Asian grocery store. Pretty much there's nothing in it. There's no sugars in it. There's no wheat in it. There's really nothing in it. And that's also a problem. When you don't have things with fiber in it, it's going to just go pretty much stored as fat in your body, right? So you can have stuff like this occasionally, right? But if you're eating it every day, I don't think it's going to make you more flexible, and it's definitely not going to make you lean. And if you're lean in certain sports like ballet or contortion or gymnastics or dance, being lean, even if you're like a cross-country runner, it's going to give you more mobility, right? And it'll also help you if you're lean and strong. So this isn't bad, but I'm putting it out there. Just because there's no wheat in it doesn't mean that it has health benefits for you. A lot of people think that yogurt is good for you. We're going to take a look into yogurt here. In this tiny little cup of yogurt, I want you guys to see this. There's 15 grams of sugar in this little tiny thing of yogurt, okay? That's not good. That's really not good at all. And in a lot of cases, the yogurt has artificial colors in it. This one does not. And I will get into artificial colors later on because I have some other stuff to show you. But if it's got this much sugar, this yogurt is not helping you. This is going to store as fat for you, and the sugar is going to inflame your body. So pretty much, I've never seen a yogurt that's under $3, which I wouldn't buy it if it's over $3, that is actually going to be beneficial for you. It says it's good for your gut right here, but it's probably going to add onto your gut, okay? A lot of people say butter's bad, don't eat butter, but you know it's even worse than butter. I don't even think butter's bad. I eat it all the time, okay? But what is really bad is this stuff that's not even identifiable as butter, okay? This is just a bunch of synthetic spread. They call it spread. They can't even call it butter because it's not. It's got these ingredients in it. Let's see. It's like, I don't want to be eating chemicals. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't seem like it's food. This is just, I want to talk a little bit about canned food. Pretty much, I'm very skeptical of eating anything out of a can. because it's got a long shelf life, which is not going to be good. If it's got a long shelf life, it can last a long time on the shelf. It can also last a long time in your gut and in your body. That's not good. You want food to go in and then come out naturally, right? We don't want to store anything too long. Also, notice the amount of sodium there is in this amount of food. It's wheat flour. There's also high fructose corn syrup. Again, this is that unnatural stuff where they heat it up to a really high temperature and then it strips all of the nutrients out of it, and you're just stuck with something that is this liquidy stuff that gets hard in your stomach and stores as fat because your body doesn't recognize it as food. If your body doesn't recognize it as food, it is not going to process it as food, which is going to inhibit your flexibility. A lot of people use cooking oil. They might think, oh, there's vegetables on it, so that means it's better for me than using butter. Well, not necessarily. Again, we're looking at foods that they're not really food. It's just heated up really high, and it's going to turn hard in your stomach, and it's not going to do a whole lot for you. On here, it just says canola oil. They can't say, you know, we took this and this, and we heated it to a really high temperature, and you know, now it's just going to turn hard in your stomach. But it is going to affect your flexibility. Okay, corn, again, it doesn't matter if it's from the United States or if it's from Mexico or wherever it's from. You know, a lot of times corn has a lot of starch in it. And it, you know, if you're going to have something, bread or corn, yeah, you can have corn, you know. Just be careful because even though there's no sugar in it, it is a white starch. So it's going to make you bulk up a little bit, and the white starches have more sugar in it. So if you're eating rice, if you're eating corn and it's white, you know, go for the brown rice, you know, if you're going to eat it, you know. I'm going to touch on bread. So here's wheat bread. A lot of people think, oh, it's healthy, it's wheat, it's 100%. It even says organic on the side, so that means it's a better choice than eating bunny bread, white bread, or whatever, you know. But actually, you know, the bread has been linked in so many studies to cause inflammation to the body, to cause irritation to the joints. It can cause a lot of pain, and that's why more and more you're seeing more doctors recommending the elderly and the pregnant women and anybody that's been in like some type of serious injury, or they have brain inflammation or irritable bowel syndrome, all of those things, or gut problems, they will have them go gluten-free. Now, if it's wrong for those people to be eating wheat because it's harming their body, it's inflaming their body, how is it any different for anyone else that wants a body free of inflammation? I see so many people that say, yes, I'm going gluten-free, and I'm not in pain anymore. It's made me feel so much better. So yes, so just because it's whole wheat, and I would say throw it out the window, okay? Jerky, it has a lot of sodium in it. For just 4 teeny tiny sticks this big, you're getting 550 milligrams of sodium. That is a ton. Also notice we've got the processed mechanically separated chicken or pork or whatever. We've got the soy, we've got corn syrup. This stuff is going to irritate you really bad. And just FYI, the mechanically separated food, that is all the parts of the animal that might have diseases on it. It could be tumors on it. It could be the eyeballs. They could even blend up the chains around the animal's necks. They're not going to go in, separate everything off the animal. They put all this stuff through the grinder, right? And they just blend it all together, heat it up to a really high temperature, and then we eat it, okay? If you're not skeptical about that, nah, you might want to be. Do I eat hot dogs? Do I eat hamburgers? Yes, I know it's not good for me, but at the same time, I know that if I'm going to be eating this stuff, it's going to be not because I'm bringing it into my house. It's because I'm at a church picnic. It's because I am at a barbecue, okay? It's very rare. It's not probably going to kill me, but if I brought this stuff and ate this stuff on a regular basis into my house, the mechanically separated stuff, it would probably make me bloated because of all the sodium in it. It would probably make me fat. It would probably make me in a lot of pain, and who knows how much other stuff, okay? This one's kind of ripped, sorry. This one is just, I'm using it as an example of an after-school snack for kids. Or adults. They're like, oh, it's small, it's mini package, it's good. Again, though, we've got a ton of sodium for a tiny bag of chips. It's about 300 milligrams of sodium for this. And I said I like to stick around like under 600 milligrams of sodium a day. So this is like a little snack would be almost half of your day. There's 4 grams of sugar in this. Also, there are colors in this. There's yellow 5, blue 1. Okay. These synthetic colors, also, again, they're not natural. And even some of the dyes have been linked to cancer. We are seeing more and more children with cancer, with leukemia, children that are being put on all these medications really early because they have mental problems. Well, you have to ask, why are they getting all these mental problems and all these diseases? Well, the food is not really food that we're putting into their bodies. We are giving them this food, okay? And that's kind of scary. And this isn't even like the worst thing they have out there. This is just the worst thing I could find around my house. Also, not to mention in this, there is milk, wheat, and soy. My neighbor has, actually several of my neighbors have diabetes, and so they like to they like to drink this stuff that has 0 sugars in them. Where does it say 0 sugars? I guess it just doesn't mention it on here. But where they get you is on the sucralose, which is, again, a synthetic sugar. There's also red 40 on here, which is known to be the worst out of all the colors. I don't know why, but they said red 40 is extremely dangerous to put into your body. Think about all the fruit snacks the kids eat on a regular basis. They have behavioral problems, ADHD, chicken, no, quédate. That's not good. So anytime you have something that says 0 grams of sugar, check the back, because chances are there's going to be something like sucralose or aspartame. Both of those are synthetic sugars, which makes it way more dangerous, because with at least a natural sugar, your body knows what it is. Your body can process it. But with a synthetic sugar, your body has no idea what it is. So again, it stores it as fat, and there could be chemicals in there that are harmful to your body. Could even be causing diseases such as cancer or irritable bowel syndrome or gut problems. These are things that I encounter in people a lot of the time. You might think a harmless snack like popcorn would be fine, but again, you know, you're getting a lot of these vegetable oils and things. Just because it says vegetable doesn't mean that it's good. It's still heated to that extremely high temperature, and it's going to cause potential blockages in your stomach. And it's, again, this stuff isn't meant for human consumption. With the heated at really high temperatures, your body doesn't know how to process that. There is 1 gram of sugar in this, but I'm not that concerned about 1 gram of sugar. But it's interesting. Like, we go through a lot of these at the house. I don't personally eat these. But, yeah, I don't think this stuff is good. It's probably better than eating a piece of candy, but there are better options out there. These are my unhealthy food suggestions. My neighbor loves to eat fruit. She eats a lot of fruit. Fruit in itself, like grapes, apples, oranges, those already have a lot of sugar in it. So if you need something sugary, get a mango, get a orange, something like that. Get a watermelon. It already is going to have a lot of sugar in it. Your body will react to that. It's going to feel a little stiffer. But if you're going to have something sugary, or if you want something fruity, that's going to be better than this. Let me show you why. In addition to the peaches in this can, it has 19 grams of sugar added to it. So there you go. In addition to that, it's probably also got, it's got the corn syrup, okay? That stuff is not processing in your body the right way because it's not a natural food. It's a synthetic thing. So it's not going to make you more flexible. It might even make your situation a lot worse, okay? Also, my neighbor loves to drink a lot of juice. Kids drink a lot of juice. It's really not good for your teeth. It's not good for your body. This isn't just a serving, I believe, is, I don't know, you can tell me. But there is 40 grams of sugar here. It looks like 8 fluid ounces. I don't know, is that a cup? I don't know. But 40 grams of sugar. That is a ton of sugar, and you're not even getting anything out of it. You're just drinking it, okay? If you need something sugary, there are other options out there. I can do another video on that another time, but kids are drinking liquid sugar, and it is definitely affecting their mental health, their emotional health, their behavioral activities. It's being affected by it. And juice is, with that much sugar, anytime you have sugar, you're going to have inflammation, and you're going to have a lot of pain in most cases, especially if you're an adult or if you're even an athlete, you know, a child athlete. It was a tea. It's an empty bottle now. You might think, oh, tea's really healthy. Look at the first ingredient. I'm sorry, the second ingredient. It is sugar. Look at that. And look how much sugar. It's 27 grams of sugar. I mean, again, just because it seems healthy, they have a nice, healthy looking picture on the front, it doesn't mean anything, okay? It even says no artificial sweeteners, but again, doesn't mean anything. They still have the regular sugar, and there's enough of that to make a difference, okay? So whether it's synthetic sugar or it's, you know, which is artificial, or whether it's natural sugar, you need to be careful about the kind and the amount that you're eating, okay? Or drinking. I have peanut butter here. A lot of people love peanut butter. I personally don't ever eat it if I can help it, because it is not, I don't recommend it at all. There's 4 grams of sugar in this, and there is hydrogenated oil in this. Again, that's almost like the worst thing you can put in your body. That syrupy stuff that just hardens in your body. Your body doesn't process it, so it stores the fat. Again, not a good choice. Definitely not a healthy snack, like they say in school. It's not a healthy snack. Energy drinks. This could be Gatorade. That was loud. Gatorade. It could be Powerade. They give this stuff to kids after they run or do meets at school because it gets their energy up. It gets the sodium in their body back up. It replenishes the electrolytes. You can do that in other ways too. You can do that without having to put all this weird ingredients into your body, okay? So this one, I'm going to look at it. I haven't looked at this yet. It looks like there's 0 sugar in it. There is sucralose though, again. So it is a artificial sugar. It is a synthetic ingredient, right? So our body's not going to be able to process that as well. So this is, I would not recommend anyone drinking this. Also, caffeine is not really good for people to be drinking or eating. It causes a lot of issues. So I don't personally drink any caffeine. I don't eat any caffeine, and I feel fine. I have lots of energy. I feel that people that drink caffeine are the most sluggish people. I don't know why. They're just like, beer, there's wheat in beer, and there's sugar in wheat. So, I mean, yeah, there's not anything on the back to look at for this one. But, yeah, you're going to gain weight. It's going to store as fat. It's sugar because you're drinking wheat. Just don't. Here's a diet soda. If you see anything that says diet on it, just put it down. Especially if you're diabetic, you think, oh, cool, there's no sugar. Wrong. There is sugar. It's just hidden as a different name, right? Aspartame. Can you guys see this? If I can get it up to the camera, right? Aspartame, right there. Aspartame is a synthetic sugar. If you put this into your body will not know how to process it, so it will store it as fat. So just because it says no sugar, check the label, because chances are you're putting something even worse than sugar into your body. You're putting a synthetic ingredient made with other chemicals, and it's not going to help you in any way. You can get sugar from natural things such as foods that already have tons of sugar in it, like fruits, right? Okay. That was a diet soda. This one I found in the back of the alley because I don't drink any soda, and there's a lot of people that litter around where I live. So, okay, we're just going to look at this. This is 1 serving size. We have 77 grams of sugar in just this bottle. That's almost like eating an entire box of sugar, right? That is pretty disgusting. Okay, there's also, yay, another really harmful ingredient. High fructose corn syrup. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that, but high fructose corn syrup. Again, this stuff is harmful to your body. This is harmful to your children's body. It's going to be harmful to your athlete's body. This stuff is toxic. Get it out of your life. It is bad, okay? Also, milk. I need to give this back to my neighbor ASAP. It's been sitting out for like as long as this video now. Okay. Milk. Our bodies were not really meant to have milk in it made from cows. Calves don't even drink milk past a certain age. Yet we put it on our milk. We put it in our we put milk in our cereal. We put it in our recipes. We put it in our dishes that we eat. Pretty much everything has milk in it. Dairy, cheese, whatever. This stuff is not really that good for you, and it also causes inflammation. So, you know, if you're really looking for that high performance diet, if you're really looking to help your child in school, cut dairy out of it. There are other things that you can do to be healthy and to still stay full. If you guys want me to do a video on all that, I would be happy to, and I most likely will, because I don't want to leave anybody hanging. Carrageenan is another one. It can be found in toothpaste, ice cream, different things. It is like a caking, gelling agent, and it is made from seaweed when it is heated up to really high temperatures. It looks like this, and it is known to cause cancer, okay? And all kinds of inflammatory issues that are really severe. So carrageenan is another one. This is kind of more of a healthy cereal, right? But let's take a look at it. Even though it has all of these good supposed things in it, it has 4 grams of sugar. Now, you don't need to be starting off your day eating a lot of sugar, right? And it also has wheat in it. And I wouldn't be putting that into your body because it's going to make you less flexible. And it's got a lot more natural sugars in it they don't even list on. I was helping this lady. She had all of these different supplements. She had a serious disease a couple years ago, and she was trying to be healthy. She lived with a tremendous amount of pain in her body, and she wanted me to kind of go through her supplements and vitamins and tell her if I noticed anything like that would be concerning. And there was an unbelievable amount of stuff in there that she didn't even realize was in there. There was food dyes, synthetic colors, and all of these. And there were lots of things with sucralose, aspartame, even with the ones that didn't have the synthetic sugars, they had the natural sugar, but there was like a ton of sugar in it, like 27 grams of sugar in like a tiny little capsule. So beware of supplements, right? These things are promoted as healthy. Be careful of those types of things, and I hope that that will be a blessing to you guys. If you're having flexibility or mobility issues or health issues, isn't your health worth protecting and taking some of these foods out? Since I've taken these foods out of my life has been a lot more comfortable living in my body. So I hope that you will do this too, and if it's helped you, leave a comment below. So I hope you guys have a good day. Right, Chickadee? Chickadee? Adios! Adios!